Hello everyone, this is Sheethal Maria with you at Bio Ocean, and today we are here to start a new series of learning, that is the cell. It is a series kind of video, and there will be many series, many parts of this video, and altogether this video will explain the whole aspect of what a cell is. Okay, so before getting into the video, if any one of you are new to my channel, please go and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you can get the notifications whenever I upload a video. Let's get into the video. Here in this video I am providing just a basic overall outline of what a cell is. Then onwards we would learn each and every aspect in detail. Okay, cell can be defined as a structural unit or a functional unit of life. Every organism possesses cells. Every organism possesses thousands of cells. You know that there are many organisms which possess only one cell, the unicellular organisms, and also there are organisms which possess many thousands of cells like multicellular organisms. Okay, all these organisms have their own type of cells, their own number of cells, and these cells divide and divide and divide and makes us to grow. And also they, after a period of growth, they just ruptures and new cells arises. Likewise, this process is a continuous one. So we can say that the whole core of life is in a cell. Okay, and here I have provided a definition just for your sake. I have provided a definition by A.G. Lowy, who states that cell is a unit of biological activity delimited by a semi-permeable membrane and capable of self-reproduction in a medium free of other living systems. We all know cells possess a semi-permeable membrane. Otherwise, a cell has a membrane. In it there is a watery kind of liquid, and in the center there is a nucleus. That is all a common feature of every cell that we know, right? So that is what he is saying. And we can say that a cell needs to possess some features to sustain the life, and the first one among them is genetic information carried by nucleic acids, DNA or RNA. You know that every organism possesses a genetic material. It is placed inside the cell. It may be DNA or it may be RNA. Okay, so that is necessary. And the second one is mechanisms for energy generation. Cell must obtain energy for growth and division. Otherwise they can't grow, they can't divide. So energy for their continuous growth and division is necessary. And machinery for making more living matter. Chemical machinery, in particular ribosome, is needed for making proteins. In further we will learn about how this machinery are working and how this matter are made and all those stuffs. And the fourth one is a characteristic physical form which may vary from cell to cell. You know, eye cells are different from that of a neuron. Heart cells are different from that of other kind of cells. So every cell in our body is different. According to the organ in which they are residing, the cells may differ. So it needs a physical morphology for its difference. Okay. Mainly we can divide these cells into of two types, prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotes are those organisms whose cells are not subdivided into separate nucleus and cytoplasm. That is a characteristic feature of a typical cell. But here in prokaryotes it is not evident. And all prokaryotic cell components are located together in the same compartment. Okay, all that ribosomes and all those mitochondria and all those components of the cell are located in the same compartment. So there is no distinction in between these organelles. But in case of larger and more complex cells of eukaryotic organisms, they are divided into separate compartments, namely nuclear and cytoplasmic compartments, and those type of separate compartmented cells are called as eukaryotic cells. They have separate compartment for each component to sit. There only they can be resided. That kind of cell is called as a eukaryotic cell, and that is the major difference between a prokaryotic cell and a eukaryotic cell. The former one doesn't have any kind of separation and all those stuffs, all resides in a single compartment, where the second one, where the later one, have separate compartments for every component to reside. Major theory related to cell is the cell theory, which was put forward by Theodor Schwann and Matthias Schleden, and they states that all organisms consist of one or more cells. It is true now, there are no organism which doesn't have any cell. Any organism or every organism we take have a cell or many cell. And the cell is the basic unit of structure for all organism. We obtain the structure of humans according to the growth and division of their cell. The cat obtain their own structure according to the growth and division of their cells. A bird obtain their own features and their own structure according to their cell. This is how cell becomes the basic unit of structure. And the third one is all cell arises from pre-existing cells. Okay, we all know, otherwise if any one of you don't know, you have to learn that a cell divides and then produces daughter cells. There will be a parent cell, it divides and produces two cells, and these two cells, these two daughter cells grow, mature and again divide, and it produces four cells. That is, a cell after maturation can divide into two cells. Likewise, this series goes on, and this is how new cells are formed in our body from pre-existing cells. Here I have shown you the picture of Matthias Schlieren and Theodor Schwann who put forward the cell theory. And after more and more discoveries, modern version of cell theory have been put forward, and it states that cell are the morphological and physiological unit of all living organism. It is true, na? It provides morphology, I've told you earlier, and it is a physiological unit too, because all the systems that are going on in our body is working properly according to the functioning of all the cells related to it, otherwise it won't happen. So it is a physiological unit too, and the properties of a given organism depend on those of its individual cells. Okay, you have to understand one thing, that is, if our nervous system is working, it is according to the nerve cell. If our respiratory system is working, it is according to our respiratory cells. Likewise, individual cells are participated or incorporated for working of a system in an organism. Otherwise, it won't work properly. And the third one is cells originate only from other cells and communities maintained through the genetic material. You are very well equipped about the cell division and all those stuffs, right? So cells originate from previous cells and their community is maintained via genetic material. That is, whenever a parent cell divides and it produces the daughter cells, the genetic material of that parent is too divided and that is passed to the daughter cells. So that is how the community is maintained. And the last one is the smallest unit of life is cell. We know that no other organ or no other stuff is there in our body which is smaller than cell. So cell is the smallest unit of life. That is all for today. Hope you are now understood about the outline of what a cell is. See you in the next part of this video. If you have any kind of doubts, let me know through my email ID that I have provided. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, comment your suggestions and share it to your friends and others who are interested to learn biology. See you in the next video. Thank you for listening. God bless. Thank you.